ready to fight, standing tall, doing what's right, shining truth like a firelight. Daddy's wisdom running deep taught me promises I gotta keep, breaking chains, leaving pain behind, calling out the crooked kind. Oh, the truth cuts through the lies, no more secrets in disguise. Second chances, they wear thin. Spawntrooper rides again. Ain't no fear when I'm around. Justice stands on solid ground. One last chance to make it right, or face the reckoning tonight. In the dark where shadows creep, truth rings out, it cuts so deep. Ain't no price to make me sell. Standing strong, I know too well. Oh, the truth cuts through the lies, no more secrets in disguise. Second chances, they wear thin. Spawntrooper rides again. Dark where shadows creep, truth rings out, it cuts so deep. Ain't no price to make me sell. Standing strong, I know too well. Oh, the truth cuts through the lies, no more secrets in disguise. Second chances, they wear thin. Spawntrooper rides again.
Warning: the following video contains strong language, which may be offensive to some viewers and or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only. Thank you for your attention. Warning: the following video contains strong language, which may be offensive to some viewers and or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only. Thank you for your attention.
Nah. Yeah, so what do you think? What do you think about the bling? What do you what do you think? Hey? Right. Tell me come on, what do you think? Good? Bad? Oh my god, the jocks are here. Hi, Missy Lady. So go on, what do you think? What's your opinion? Come on. This is yes, double warning. Yes. You will get a double warning. Right? So there's no excuses anymore. And also there's a disclaimer underneath. Did anyone notice that? Has anyone noticed any changes whatsoever? Would you like me to start from scratch again so you can have a look? No? What do you think? Hey? Yeah, hey? Oh. Yeah, and I'm proud of it as well. Right, here, yeah. I was singing this song this morning. So, good morning, sunshine. Good morning, starshine. Yeah, I was singing that all. So I've been singing that while I was doing setting up. Right. Would you like to see the end, the outro? Would you? Does anyone want to see the outro? Would you like to be the first to see the outro of, And here's the thing: once I do get to 1,000, I do start monetizing. I start everything else. I am going to upgrade Restream. I like Restream. It's okay. Yeah, I like it. I'm not liking it. So, do you want to see? Yes, I have, Robert. Yes. Would you like to see the outro? Morning, Heidi. You want to see the outro? Okay. I'll be right back.
Spawntrooper, he don't beat round the bush, man. He just say what he do and he mean what he say, man. Laid back boots in a hillside breeze, sipping Dr. Pepper with his dragon at ease. Loofah, he like many gifts of the loofah. Loofah, leaves him hanging in his barracks like a banner. He scrubs truth into the skin of the land with a daffodil smile and a calloused hand. Don't mess with the Englishman. I mean,
yeah, I think that's appropriate. How about a nice cup of shut the fuck up? There you go. So what do you think? Give me a score out of 10. So on, guys. Because at the end of the day, guys, you are part of this community. It's not just me. Yeah, I'm the... yeah, okay. Yeah. Hi, Kasha. How you doing, sweetheart? Good morning. Robert, good morning. As you know, that DJ Brat's got, got home. Right. There's a couple of new rules as well. Okay. When you are messing about and stuff like that, right, please remember that there are other people. And we also need to remember that there's people that come into the stream that are, very easily intimidated or overwhelmed. Okay. So please think about other people, think about individuals who, have different anxieties and stuff. So let's make it welcome for everybody. Okay. All right. Well, host Picky, yeah, thank you for the 7. I really appreciate that. Why not just kick me in the nuts while you're at it? Do you want me to bend over for you? Do you want me to? No, I'm only joking. And that's what's going to happen from now. Because from now on, the moderators, if they think that you need time out, then you're going to time out. Moderators will only time you out up to a maximum of 5 minutes. Or what did I say? 10 minutes, wasn't it? Yeah. They will only, if they need to, they will time you out up to 10 minutes. If it is bad and I check why they've timed you out and I check, right, and I think it's bad enough, I'm going to yeet you and I'm going to name and shame you. Because at the end of the day, this is a community for everybody. Everyone should have a right. I don't care whose stream you go in. I don't care who you talk to. I don't care if you fucking screenshot my screen, whatever. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, if you are taking my content, okay, that means you have no content. And if you use my content in your content, then thank you very much for the plug. Thank you very much for getting me views and watch out. So I appreciate that. But guys, enough's enough. There's no need for any of this bullshittery anymore. All right. So my stream from now on is going to be down the line. So if you do have anxieties or, but you can have fun as well. But keep it to a level, yeah. Something else I was going to bring up as well. The the idea I had about bringing people on. Okay. Now, considering that there are so many people on this platform and on Facebook who have basically doxed my name, there's a reason why I didn't associate my account here with my Facebook account, but obviously some people have and will and have done. If I ask someone to contact me via DM, I am going to ask them to either contact Ammo Girl or someone else who will be nominated to be, because I am now the people I am talking to presently, I'm going to continue to talk to. Anyone who DMs me from now on, you're going to just get deleted and blocked. It's not because, blocked, sorry, just deleted. The reason being is because I have no interest whatsoever of this turncoat, backstabbing, childish behavior. So I'm going to keep it to the group I have, the multiple people that I am talking to, and basically keep it as it is. Because then if something happens or someone fucks up or someone makes a mistake, all right, it can be easily rectified. Okay, the perfect example is with Moosey Lady Linda a few months ago. So that is the perfect example. That's why, things like that. All right. When I am live, okay, I will not respond to DMs unless it's from specific individuals. All right. There's a handful of people who are, hi Snowflower, hi, yeah, but there's a certain amount of people who I will respond to if I'm live, and I'm not going to name them because I don't want them to be bullied, victimized, or anything else. However, I will respond to them, and if I do, yeah, but they'll still get it in the neck for disturbing me while I'm in the stream because people like to derail you. I have decided to God, jeez, my brain just went yeah. I have decided to venture back into this whole clusterfuck of a court case. Now, I'm not interested in Jeremy Hales or what he does. I mean, obviously, I can say that I am a fan because I've been following him for quite a few years, actually. I think 6 or 7 years, and I think it was the coin pushing. I think it was a storage or a coin pushing one. No, it was a storage one because I was watching Storage Wars, and then on like, yeah. But with all this going on, and because there's no content, I mean, I've gone back a few years now and watched some of the videos. To be perfectly honest, because I need to decompress. Because at the end of the day, right, you need to step away from some of the bullshit. And trust me, there's a lot of it here. And in fact, I mean, there's a lot of people who could actually start their own sewage works here. But watching some of the coin pushing, them having fun, some of the storages and stuff like that, and I can understand why a lot of people out there, have been inspired to actually do that themselves. So kudos on that. I went through all my documents last night, well, this morning, yesterday, whenever, and I went through all my documents and I totally forgot there's a lot that I've got on individuals who are involved in all this. And for some reason, Satan came to visit me this morning, and I kicked him square in the nuts and told him to go back, because I was just going to put everything in the video, and it was going to be a 3-part video, and each video was nearly 2.5 hours long. And I thought, you know what, it's not worth the energy. Why should I? Because at the end of the day, it's like talking to a brick. So what's the point of me wasting my time and putting everything into videos? Because at the end of the day, most people will look at stuff like this and they'll go, oh yeah, oh, you're picking the 3 words. There are 4 words that people who play the victims and everything else. There's 3 words or 4 words they use: harassment, stalking, threatening, defamation of character, slander. I mean, okay, there's 5 words, all right? And if you look at this case, or you look at the cases, I mean, there were 4. Now there's 2. Well, there's 2 federals and 2, yeah. But no, well, there's more, actual fact. Fucking hell, Jesus. You can't even keep up. But anyway, now, if you look at the bigger picture and you look at this between Jeremy Hells and Lynette, the amount of lies she's said, it's obvious, right? It is obvious how many lies she has said. And what she's wrote and what she's posted and everything else, the contradictions and everything that's over the last 2 years, that since all this has been going on, right? I don't think it's just about money. I do not think it's just about money. I think there's something else going on. I think it's besides, well, it's attention for sure. Okay, it's definitely for attention. That's for sure. And the fact that not just her, but everyone on that side of the anti-what the hell have used that child, have weaponized and used that child as like a fundraising tool. Now, I was thinking last night, I thought, well, hang on, we're missing something here. We're missing something here. We're either missing it, or we're neglecting it, or we're not talking about it. Okay, because she's got family. Yeah. What I can't understand is the fact that it's all about Otter Creek. It's all about Otter Creek. Now, I mean, like, you know, everything points to, she saw Jeremy on YouTube. You know, oh yeah, Northport is not that far from Louis County, right? And they've moved to Otter Creek, right? They sold their house in Otter Creek, excuse me, because it was exactly the same fucking issues. The only difference is in Otter Creek, it didn't turn into a legal warfare, a legal shitfest, right? So they moved from Northport to Otter Creek. They buy richly a dump, a rubbish dump. Right, the place was a rubbish dump, and if you look at pictures from before, okay, I mean, for me, I mean, if I'd have walked past it, I'd have probably taken a dump there, but because that's what it is a shithole, and I don't know how much they paid for it, and I don't really care. But here's one thing I can't understand, right? If you've got all this money, right, and like, obviously they can't handle money. They can't budget themselves. That's one point. The second point is that child was way too young, because if you look at all the, how can I put this? If you look at all the grifting that they did, the child is not a baby. The child is probably 2 years old, right? It's definitely not a baby. It's about probably 1 or 2 years old. So that means at some point they had money, so they didn't have to grift. So they build that barnuminium. Now, everyone is speculating, oh, they spent the money on the car, they spent money on this and, rugs and stuff like that. I'm not interested in that part. What I'm interested in is this. If you are going to build a barnuminium and you're going to put a hard surface down, like concrete floor, all right, the builders or the person who comes there to design and set it up and set the markers up and the lines and everything else, right? He would also tell them about water and electric. I mean, that's what you'd think, right? So, and the thing is, because no one has actually seen the inside, right? Yeah, I'll cut that, Kathy. Let me go get that. I'll come to that part. So here's the thing. Now, they've been there for what? 2 years, 2.5 years? They moved there 2023, yeah? Sometime, well, let's just say 2023. They built that barnuminium, right? They had the first person on there with an RV. That went to shit. Then they had someone else on it. So explain to me why they could not complete that barnuminium, complete the building of the inside of that barnuminium. So there's a word for it. What is that? What is that terminology when a home inside barnuminium? Or is barnuminium? Yeah. But anyway, right? So that's what I can't understand. But they had enough money, including fundraising money and including the child benefit that they got for the child, to go and ooh, what has happened there? I think Restream just had a hissy fit. Yeah, I think Restream just had a fit. Blech. Oh, wait. So that's my first question. So why, so yeah, it did. It had a hissy fit. Right, so that's the first thing. Also in Northport, oh, Kasha, you gave it away. Ah, God, I was trying to build up to that. Robert. I can already guess, mate. And to be honest with you, but Kasha just gave away what I wanted to. Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. So there you go. Basically, I was trying to build up to the fact that because they live in Otter Creek, right, and because obviously, with all the money and everything else, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. It's all right, Kasha. It's all right. Don't worry about it. But yeah, the reason they're in Otter Creek is because Otter Creek is under its own sort of like government part per se. It's got its own, and it doesn't have building enforcement, right? So yeah, so there you go. Ah, Kasha. There shouldn't be an echo. Oh, is there an echo? Nope, there shouldn't be an echo. I don't know where you're getting the echo from. Don't forget, I just for some reason Restream just had a went. So just refresh Host Picker. Or if there's an echo, then you hear me twice. Then you can have twice the amount of love. So yeah, so there's that part. But the thing is, it's like she tried the same thing in Otter Creek. Now, it's the question I've got, right? And I'm being very, very genuine here, all right? Why did she have the same type of issues with her turtle sanctuary in Northport? And where are the turtles, tortoises, turtles, whatever those poor animals? We haven't seen any life signs from any of the animals on that property since what, last year? The last time, and I think the last time we saw anything, there was a fucking tortoise on its back. And just like sheep, when they've got full body of wool, okay, and they fall on their back, that's the only thing sheep and turtle have in common, is when they fall on their back, they can't get back up because the wool, right, slides out, flattens out, and it becomes like that air cushion. And that's why they can't get back on their feet. That's why if you see sheep on their back, run over and help them out, because it's not good for them, right? But anyway, so that's that bit. And what gets me is that where Biscuit Boy come from? Where did Biscuit Boy come from? I'll tell you where he come from. He saw the opportunity here. Now, obviously, there's some past history about Biscuit Boy, and I'm a type of person, unless I have got written documentation in front of me, as long as they're public, right? As long as they are for public view, right? What I've heard about that young man, I am going to take with a pinch of salt. However, however, in my own personal opinion, yeah, I believe every word. I believe every word I've heard. Right? I mean, if you do a little bit of research on his father and the reasons his father went to prison, you'll figure it out. The apple doesn't fall that far from the tree. So yeah, but I'm not going to recap all this bullshittery, you know, what's been going on and everything, because obviously our blessed local naval intelligence officer, aka Squid, hi Teresa, covered it not just last night. Bless her concert. So much of 30 seconds. Oh, by the way, this 2 hours later. But anyway, can someone let her know that I'm live, by the way, or shall I do that? I don't know. Anyway, but you know, obviously she covered the response from Randy Shockett. Now I'm going to tell you this now. I don't give a shit if people think I'm ass kissing or anything. All right, but I'm going to tell you this now. This is my personal opinion, my personal insight, is that I think that Randy, okay, I don't care if he was a dentist, a brain surgeon, or fucking anything in his past life, right? It's just like Sim. All these people that the anti-what the hell's ecosystem have brought to the surface, everything they have said about all the people like Sim, Belinda, and everyone else, all right? It's deflection. They're trying to bring out the bad. Listen, every single one of us at some point in our life has done something wrong. And then with some people, you know, done something wrong to a point where you get the old little bracelets on your wrist and you get taken to a place that's very uncomfortable, cold, and people talk to you like you're shit. It's called a prison or a police station. Okay? Yeah, sometimes you'll get fucking fined and shit like that. It's happened to, look at Gabe, right? Crampon's husband or partner or fucking weightlifting champion. I don't fucking know, right? He's on probation until 2028, right? Federal probation, may I add. Yeah. What did I say about fucking DMing me while I'm live? Look, you jock, go to your room. Okay, do not go past God. Do not pass kitchen. Go straight upstairs to your room. No, I've got to go and freaking. Right? I'm telling you now. I mean it. Do not DM me. Do not DM me. Oh my God! Can you imagine people running to other people? And, oh my God! Spawntrooper shouting at Missy Lady again. He told her to go up the stairs and go up to her room.
Yeah, exactly. Can you imagine who else in the sky in a room alone?
No. All right. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want, you peasant? Where are you? Oh, and you wrote a fucking book. Oh, yeah. No, don't worry about the first one or second one. Adrian. Okay, Adrian. No, you wrote a freaking book. Okay, please, ladies and gentlemen. Please hold while, actual fact, you know what? Do you know what? Oh my God, I'm so full of sarcasm today. Right, while I read, oh God, I'm going to sneeze. Please sneeze. No, yep, no, mate, no, yep, no, maybe, yep, no. I was for, oh. Okay, well.
This one goes out to all the daffodil warriors.
This is your fault, Missy Lady.
Murdered Phil from Penway Farm to Port Talbot. Beat up yourself. Spawn Rally come to mash up Babylon with some proper Welsh reggae. See, whoa, tidy vibes from the hillside, son. Spawntrooper know the reggae man. Coal dust clear, the fire's begun. Spawn Rally sun rules Irish son. He once rode the valleys in his army gear. Now he chants with the sheep and a dragon near. From the pubs to the coast, he's spreading cheer. And the bass line rolling like a panther beer. He said bagpipes
Otter Creek in Florida has code enforcement of building regulations. Specifically, the Otter Creek Township zoning ordinance is administered and enforced by the zoning officer, who is designated by Otter Creek Board of Supervisors. The zoning officer ensures compliance with the zoning regulations. Do they actually have a zoning officer? That is the question. And Moosey Lady, the first two, yeah, whatever. Yeah. Yeah. You full. You full of something. What, me, Dan, or who we talking? Anyway, yeah. Shit. What was I talking about? See, Miss Lady. Yeah. Oh God, what was I saying? Fuck. Do you know what? From now on, I need to start writing down bulletin points on paper. I need to write it. I need to write shit down, like writing a mission down, like a fucking CQB fucking. Ah, fucking CQB. Why am I saying CQB? Quick battle orders doesn't mean CQB, you fucking idiot. And from and Moosey Lady, that messages like that, please put in here. Yeah. No, please don't do that again. From now on, I would appreciate if you got information about Otter Creek or anything about the topic. I'd rather you put it in here, because then obviously people can then go, oh shit, that's good. But thank you very much for the message. I do appreciate it. Consider yourself told off, and you are now grounded for a week. Like I can ground a jock. Oh, you are good. Pull us on you, Australia. I know where you live. No, that's Irish. No, wait. So yeah, I've totally forgot what I was saying now. I've totally gone blank. So we're just going to sit here quietly and just try to see if I can get back onto the rails after being fucking karate chopped off the rails by Missy Lady. Missy Lady, do you feel bad right now? You know you don't. You know it's all right. It's okay. You know I don't mind. Crap. What was I saying? Oh shit. You know, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Moosey Lady sends me the stuff about Zone Officer. I'm talking about Zone Officer. Totally forgot I was talking about Zone Officer. Right, yeah. So that makes a lot of sense then. So that's probably why she's put that property there, because she knows, for the time being, it's because Otter Creek Council doesn't have a zoning enforcement officer. Well, not that I'm aware of anyway. I mean, they've got a mayor, a deputy mayor, and members of the council. So who are they going to use as a code enforcer? I mean, they can't use Jeremy, even though he's a mayor. I mean, it has to be someone. They would have to bring an outside source in, or employ someone to be a zoning officer, because there's a possibility of bias. Because no matter who you choose to be the zoning officer in Otter Creek, has to be someone from outside. It can't be someone who's actually partly a part or involved in that town. And what I would do, I would contact Cedar Keys, or I would contact Northport or somewhere else, right, and say, hey, can we have your zoning officer down here? If we need any zoning enforcements done, can we, phone up and have him come down? We will pay, the rate that needs to be paid. I don't think people will say no. I just think that, I mean, I think that like a lot of people, it doesn't matter across the board, and I mean this across the board, it doesn't matter who you are, right? If a zoning, this is probably why they don't have a zoning enforcement officer down there. It's because if that zoning enforcement officer did come down there, I think Otter Creek would be closed down for a month. And the problem is a lot of bureaucracy. When you walk into the like, you know, for building permits and stuff like that, you'll be very lucky if a enforcement officer comes out. I'll give you an example. You know, I phoned up the local parish, then the council, and I basically building enforcement, and I asked because I wanted to work on my annex, and they went, yeah, sure, we'll send someone out. Yep, not a problem. And they didn't send anyone out. They just sent me the permit, and that was it. I had the permit. I could do what I like. I could have built a freaking aircraft carrier or a helicopter pad on top of my annex, and it would have worked. It would have fit, and it would have been stable, right? And I could have, and I had the permit for it. Don't worry, Janet. Don't worry. Welcome back. So that's the big thing that because what gets me is the fence. Now they put the fence against the road. Okay, fair enough. But what about the rest around the other back and the sides and all that? And I have watched Jeremy Hales' stream last night, and I was absolutely gobsmacked. And I don't know if anyone noticed. Either she was off balance, she was drunk, or one of the things. But I tell you one thing: she didn't walk straight. She did not walk straight. Go and watch that video again. Go and watch the clips of her opening the fence. Look at her body language. And yes, that was Bruce on the phone. You could distinctly hear it and smell it. Hi, good morning, Squid. Now, going on to my next topic. Like I've already covered you, Squid. So did your ears burn? But don't let your head grow. Right? I did talk about you. Right, because obviously Squid last night we covered it. It took a probably like a 30-second or 30-minute stream into 2 hours, but it's all good. We had fun. We had a lot of giggles, and you know that's the most important thing. Everyone enjoyed themselves. That's the important part. Now, last night Squid showed us on Pacer that the judge has gone no fees, pro bono. So who cares? In fact, what he should have done is actually sent Deuce Boy the bill. Now, what I find quite interesting, so try to work with me on this one. I know there's a couple of people out there who, who lack the intelligence. And I'm not saying you do. I'm just saying there are people out there. I mean, all you have to do is go to the the fake what the hell's hate group, and they're there. They're there. Anyway, now think about this one. The only reason Skeletor, aka Dobby, the only reason Dobby, aka Skeletor, aka Volp, or Vomit, whatever they call him, right? The only reason he's involved is because Megan Fox, not that Megan Fox, our Megan Fox. Megan Fox is covering this situation or this case, right, with Tug, right? But Megan Fox, in the past life, unfortunately, had the pleasure of working with Michael Fulp, who is an absolute freaking lizard, right? I mean, he sounds like his husband fucking kicked him out of the bed, or I don't know. But anyway, the fact that Bruce used Michael Fulp and was on his platform a couple of times, and what I find quite interesting is that's like, right, Michael Fulp introduced Mr. Magoo, who talks with Pooh, right? He brought him in. So if you look at the bigger picture, right? If anyone turns around to me and says, "Oh, you're talking shit. You don't know what you're talking about. This wasn't organized." This was fucking organized. This whole thing is organized. And now, Mr. Roly-Poly, Mr. Magoo, Mr. Richard Loofman, right, convicted felon. Okay, there's a guy out there called, what's his name again? What is his name again? Do you know what? You just stay there for a second, all right, and enjoy the tune. I'll be right back. I've got something for you to watch.
All the daffodil warriors, all the brethren in Swansea, in Wrexham, in Merthyr Tydfil, from Penwet Fan to Port Talbot. Beat up yourself. Spawntrooper come to mash up Babylon with some proper Welsh reggae. See, whoa, tidy vibes from the hillside, son. Spawntrooper know the reggae, man. Coal dust clear, the fire's begun. Spawntrooper some rules, Irish son. He once rode the valleys in deep and a dragon near. From the pubs to the coast, he's spreading cheer, and the bass line rolling like a pond to beer. He said, bagpipes, now I've got a dub plate, and I swap my shield for a ganja crate. Now the miners sing in harmony, while he stank by the harp in sweet unity. Spawn Molly, the reggae man with the Welshman pride. Spawn Molly, shout you a love down the brick outside. Spawn Molly, from the castle ruins to the Dublin line. Spawn Valley might. My Holland is glad you just a minute glass. Spawn Marlin Downs, you fell staring or ass. The moving got it drag me and carry your head. Oh, Jamaica, a glimmer in my river. The sun shines above the blue mountains. Spawn Marlin dances like a star from the race. He fears no dragon, he carries peace. From Jamaica to Wales, the rhythm explodes. Oh, the Welshman got that irie glow. He blending dub.
Yeah. Oh shit, I'm already on mic. Right. Okay. No. Right, I'm already on mute. Right. Anyway, talking about fucking Loofman. I do apologize for taking this time, but I think you're going to enjoy this. Now, besides being a convicted felon, and this is all public knowledge, so basically, Chubby Chunks, cheek boy, listen, okay, there's an old saying, you make your bed, you lay in it, and you, Sunshine, are going to lay in it. So, and I'm going to help you lay in your bed, because obviously, you know, the fact that you actually live streamed walking down the road, giving away your location, everything else, just only shows you what an imbecile you are. Or you were trying to entrap and entice people and trying to get, because at the end of the day, you know, some Americans, and people of America, unfortunately, yeah, there is a town in Oregon called Idiotsville. It is a ghost town. And unfortunately, most of the idiots, here we go. There you go. I mean, you don't have to look far. So, I'm going to put a link in my stream. I want you guys to go and watch that. Okay? And once you finished watching that, come back. And then press 1 if you've watched it and press 2 if you haven't. I would say you're looking at, let's have a look how long the video's for. Now, this is a shout out to that Danish guy, okay, who was false. I mean, it's a 3-minute video, but I tell you one thing, it makes your jaw hit the deck. So, go and watch. I will wait. Go and watch it. And no, I'm not spreading lies or bullshittery. And welcome to the family, Jeanette Manson. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And if I've missed you,
All right, I do apologize. Anyway, go and watch that. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to wait. Actual fact, I won't be quiet. I'm going to play. Let me play that tune, because that tune is it's 3 minutes 20. It's 3 minutes and 23 seconds long. So you've got the link. I'm going to leave it to you now. I'm going to leave the picture up with the sun. You can mute me. I'm going to listen to this tune.
Goes out to all the daffodil warriors, all the brethren in Swansea, in Wrexham, in Merthyr Tydfil, from Penwet Fan to Port Talbot. Beat up yourself. Spawntrooper come to mash up Babylon with some proper Welsh reggae. See, whoa, tidy vibes from the hillside, son. Spawntrooper know the reggae, man. Coal dust clear, the fire's begun. Spawntrooper sun rules Irish son. He once rode the valleys in his army gear. Now he chants with the sheep and a dragon near. From the pubs to the coast, he's spreading cheer, and the bass line rolling like a pond to beer. He said, bagpipes, now I've got a dub plate, and I swap my shield for a ganja crate. Now the miners sing in harmony while he stank by the harp in sweet unity. Spawn Mali, the reggae man with the Welshman pride. Spawn Mali, chanting one love down the break outside. Spawn Mali, from the castle ruins to the Dublin line. Spawn Mali, he blessing Babylon with valley might. My Holland is glad you just a minute glass. Spawn Mali downs you for Sarah no ras. De moving gani drag me and carry your head out. Oh Jamaica, a jimmer in my river. The sun shines over the blue mountains. Spawn Mali dances like a star from the race. He fears no dragon, he carries peace. From Jamaica to Wales, the rhythm explodes. Oh, the Welshman got that irie glow. He blending dub with the sheepdog flow. From Cardiff docks to Snowdon Peak, Spawn Mali chant what the spirit seek. Spawn Mali, no more trooping in the wind and rain. Spawn Mali, he chant down sorrow, he chant down pain. Spawn Mali, with daffodils tucked in his locks. He the reggae king of the Celtic rock sequence. Mali, Mali, I read forever, ever, ever.
Well, I presume from the looks of it that some of you have already seen the video. Bit of an eye-opener, isn't it? Eh? You see, oh shit. Back. Going back. Right, sorry. Bit of an eye-opener, isn't it? I mean, if you remember a few days ago, I did a stream and I put a couple of links in, and one of those links was a interview with him in 2013 trying to become... No, you can't, mate. David, you can't. And let me just point this out. I didn't find this, and I'm not going to name who did. All right, this is public knowledge. It was posted and everything else. But at the end of the day, when I saw this, I literally had to step away from my computer, because everything I've been saying, right, about this fucking numbskull was smack bang on the nail. It was smack bang on the head.
Now, you get all these other people think they can do research and they know what they're looking for. But one thing they don't know what to look for, right, is that they will try to find anything, or type his name in, find it. But what they won't do is go back. Because you need to get a pattern of an individual. You need to get a pattern of behavior, pattern of what they do, where they're from, how they behave, their personalities, their character. Now, that video there is only just under 4 minutes long. All right. And this poor man here, who was in that video, was the target of this fuck. Now, put everything into perspective and then put this court case, and you see a pattern? Do you see how vile and how this wannabe mobster who thinks he's a mobster? Do you know what? I would love to see him. Right? Go to Sardinia. Or Sicily. Go to Palermo. Or Messina. Or Messina de Edna. I would love to see him go to these little small towns on Sicily. Or a little bit further down, small, just down there between the two islands. Okay, between the mainland and the island. There's a couple of villages down there. I'd like to see him throw his weight around there. And brag that Al Capone and De Niro as his long distance relatives. I would like to see that. And I also like to see him challenge any of them for combat by trial. In fact, I would love to see him go to Naples. Or Milan. Especially Naples. I want to see him going to Naples, because Naples is a hive of that individual group. Yeah. But the real scary ones are down on Sardinia and on Sicily. That's where the scary ones are. Oh, yes. But then again, I mean, if you look at Mr. Luthman, look at the first video he came out with. Look at what he did to Jeremy Hell's face. And the accusations he's made. And now look at everything that he's done and said. Oh boy. And that, I mean, seriously, that absolute clown. That absolute clown. Excuse me. And by the way, Mr. Magoo, if I think I know who you are, do me a favor, DM me and tell me it's you. Just saying. Hi, Arizona. Wait, Kelly Kupferschmidt is here? Where? What, Kelly Kupferschmidt was here? I don't see her. Uh-oh. Come on. Oh, there you are. I was like, wait, I can't see you. Oh, I swear to God. I swear to God. I'm just being, ooh. Oh, the vengeance is going to be mine. I swear. Right. Anyway, so here's the thing about Mr. Luthman. I mean, I've already introduced him a while back. Okay. I don't know what it is. A lot of people that seem to not be talking about him, but he is part of this anti-what the hell. Now, he's been subpoenaed, sued. Well, he's getting sued. And he made statements that he's going to sue Jeremy for 10 million. Right? Well, here's your problem, chub boy. All right? The problem that you've got, everything you've done so far, is that it's basically a character assassination, defamatory. You've attacked him on different levels. You've also been racial, discriminative towards him, and and you have involved yourself in something that, considering your past and considering that you think you're the class king or the class clown, and if people do research on you, I mean, when it comes to butt plugs, you probably would actually come first in that competition. But the fact that you've basically got together with Michael Fulp, aka Skeletor, aka Dobby, right? An actual fact, do you know what, Mr. Magoo, Mr. Luthman, Ricardo, Richie Baby? All right, I think we should go, every time I talk about you, I should go, hello, you guys, because that is the way you are. You're an absolute freaking, and I mean, there's nothing I can use really, because most of what you say makes as much sense as a fart in a spacesuit. And can you just be, I mean, obviously you and Skeletor and Dobby Boy, you're connected by the umbilical cord. So, hey, Dobby, you need to watch it, mate. You need to make sure you got plugs for your nose, because I'll tell you one thing, the shit that's coming out of not just his ass, but his mouth, right, is going to probably cause you a little bit of a bit of an upset belly, right? Because as far as I'm concerned, if you see and you read everything about this guy, you do research on this guy, right? Now, this is my personal opinion. I mean, if I want to call you an arsehole, I will call you an arsehole. If I want to call you a waste of oxygen, I will call you a waste of oxygen. That is my right. But the fact that you go on a platform, right, and you make up all these stories and allegations and God knows what, and then you have the audacity to take someone's picture, and this is where you made the problem. This is where you made it. You took it from just a basically, shit talking back and forth, whatever, right? You took it away from satire and humorous, like banter, whatever you want to call it, and you took it and you went straight to racism. Now, I'm not going to show that picture. It's public on the Facebook, and it is public on on different sites. And the fact that you are sort of spreading yourself around all these different sites tells me that you are exactly the same as Bruce Matskin, attention seeking, because you're not getting it. And the fact that you've now jumped on this bandwagon, and here's the problem. And maybe I don't know, maybe the PR Linex PR team could explain it to you. Who knows? But Jabba the Hoot, aka Super Dave, and other people have done exactly the same what you're doing. Okay, you took one step further with the racial thing with changing Jeremy's picture, which is despicable to say the least. I mean, you probably don't even know about anything about that. You just thought, oh, right, yeah. And then you make false accusations about anti-Semitism. I've never heard anybody from that side say anything. In fact, okay, you are the first person to actually mention it. I think, no, Walt was it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. No, actual fact, it was Bruce, because here's the thing. Bruce was trying to be clever on Facebook, and he actually made it. And I swear, I'm going to post it with neon lights, right? he was that was probably by the way. Now, because I thought I need to Am I back? Houston, this. Am I back? 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 Looks like Restream's having a hissy fit. Ooh. Or someone's trying to do something. Yeah, that's not going to work, guys. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's there's nothing wrong with here. I've just also done the speed check, and I'm on one gig each. So yeah, I'm not sure where all that's going on. But anyway, where was I before they, tried to rudely interrupt? So yeah, hopefully they'll hand the book to it. And the thing is, if you watch what they do, and don't you find it very interesting that, like, when I deliberately, and to be honest, I didn't really give a shit about my voice or my, but the fact that I used that as like a little red herring, right? The fact that I used that, that's all right, Marlene, my dear. Okay. The fact that I used that, and then they used it. Then they copied it and put it into their own shit. I deliberately did that. I don't care. Because it's like everyone thinks that they're fucking, so clever about this copyright and fair use and public policy, publicity and passing out. Like, it's because we're Americans. We have everything. We can do what we like. No, you can't. I assure you, people don't need to strike you. They can report you, or they can contact any platform they like and deal with it that way. They don't have to strike. The only reason people, when people strike, they want something done instantly. It needs to be done now. This is this, right? Now, me, I don't care. But when you sit on your platform with 5 or 6 of you, especially with Bone Crusher, who, he's an old fella. He served. He's a veteran, and I can't understand what his intentions are on this one, because, like, I've seen him flip and flop myself. And the question is this: what's the point? What is the point? You've now put yourself in a situation where legally you've lost. Never put yourself. I mean, yes, you have an opinion, but by God, I mean, at the end of the day, no one is perfect. Jeremy's not perfect. Lynette's not perfect. No one is perfect. But to involve yourself like everyone else has done, it's just absolute insanity. It's just insanity. And then you sit in your house or in your garage, wherever, right? And you sit there. 1 minute you're talking about all this, and then you're talking about religion. It's like you're a hypocrite. I mean, with the Evers, like with the Crampons and the Swamp Lizard and everyone else and Deuce Boy, yeah, I can understand because they've got no intelligence, but you are older and wiser. But you sit there and you just write it. You just write it. And it makes no sense to me. And unfortunately, see you later, Marlon. Unfortunately, you've made your bed and now you're going to lay in it. And the thing is, you are older and wiser, and you should know that Jeremy has every right to protect himself and to protect his loved ones and his business and his family in whole. Look at what you guys fucking did in this whole bubble. You even dragged his son into this. Wow. But one thing you guys have done, what you guys have done, you have put Otter Creek on the map. There's over probably a million views, probably even more, who now know where Otter Creek is. So Otter Creek, can you imagine what it'll be like when you suddenly see people turning up and, you see like Japanese tourists or Chinese tourists jumping out of a bus and then starting, all you hear is cameras and cameras and cameras. If you didn't want the attention den line there, I swear to God, can you just imagine what that would be like if yeah, we're not going to talk about that squid. All right? We're not going to talk about it. No name dropping, please. All right? But can you just imagine the fact that like all these people, they want the attention, but they don't want the actual attention. They just want, they're fun. Squid. I didn't know you said that word. Anyway, right? The fact that these individuals they stir the shit. They want the attention, but they want a certain type of attention. They want the sympathy. They want the poor you, and then they want the grift, the money, and everything else. The Crampons, you guys, I mean, like everyone knows what you're like. Everyone knows what you are. I mean, the only difference between you and Lynette is that Lynette hasn't shown any evidence of life of any animal on that property, and you haven't shown any homemade freaking. I know it. I know, Squid. I'm only pulling you. Stop! Don't you fucking start. I'll fight you. And they haven't shown any man sausages, miniature man sausages. All right. And guys, make sure that you're still subscribed because I've just noticed that we've lost 2. Bye. Say goodbye. Everyone wave goodbye. Everyone wave goodbye. Say goodbye. Go on. Wave them goodbye. Anyway, it really gets me is that like you get all these people, oh yeah, this, and they're trying to make a big storyline out of it. It's like beating a dead horse. That's all I'm seeing lately. And the only time you see something constructive is like yesterday, for example, on Squid Stream, right? She brought up the fucking motion. That shit's good because the thing is like, oh, by the way, here's the motion. Oh yeah, you're not getting any fees. Fuck off. All right? Perfect. But when you go to the Crampons, guys, remember, say goodbye to them. Say bye-bye to them. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Right? The thing is, when like last night we covered well, on a second stream that was supposed to be a quick stream, right, turned into nearly 2 hours. But we had a lot of fun, and we covered quite a lot of stuff because we were having fun. And a lot of people were back and forth, and, we had a lot of people who were interested. And, like, I don't know when it was. I don't know if it was yesterday, day before yesterday, or I don't know, in the last few weeks. I'm having a conversation with someone in the background. Right. So I'm having a conversation in the background, and we're talking about certain things, and then out of the fucking blue, this individual said, "Apparently, Spawn, you don't have any content." And I went, "Well, technically, they're 75% wrong, but 25% right." And then we all started giggling, and they went, "Okay, then what's the fucking excuse on the 25%? And I went, "Because at the end of the day, unfortunately, people like drama. People like this shit." And I try to take what I hear and what I see and what I read and what I do. I just turn it into my own shit. I just look at it and then give my opinion about it. And then you got on one side, you get people who throw their teddy out of the pram and go, "Oh, fucking Spawntrooper, Spawntrooper, blah, blah." And the other people go, "Interesting. Please elaborate." You know what I mean? It's like one of them. You all right, Eric? You going to sleep, are you, bud? All right, go and get some rest, dude. Talk to you later. And that's the problem. I mean, you don't have to be a fucking a nuclear scientist to figure out that everything is repetitive right now. Nothing. The only important things, like Squid pointed out last night, the only important things are the motions, what's inside those motions, the content of them, and actions that come after that. Now, we know for a fact, but it's factual, right, is that at some point the crampons, right, yeah, they're going to talk about squiddish, they're going to talk about spermish, they're going to talk about anyone they want to talk about because they can, freedom of speech. And they're going to fabricate and make bullshit up. They're going to say shit, and at the end of the day, we just laugh, nod, and go, "Thanks very much for the 20-minute content where we can all have a laugh and fucking pee ourselves laughing," and then move on. And by the way, I learned how to set up a schedule. Aren't I clever? No, but there you go. There's nothing else, people, unless I turn around to you right now and I go, "Hey, fuck it, let's go and play a game." Because that's more entertaining than talking about those idiots. Because they have nothing else to do anymore. Exactly. I mean, it's like Squid. Like, for example, I'm going to use Squid as an example. Fuck it. Squid is at home mom. Yeah. She is a streamer. She streams about different court cases and different stuff. She also does streams on exercise and looking after herself, which should be an inspiration for a lot of people out there who don't have the motivation. And these videos that when she does do that, are motivating. She communicates, she talks, but she trains at the same time. And the thing is, a lot of people, what you should do, people should be going into that stream, joining in. And if you're going to do exercises, then do exercises, but, listen to what's being said. Do your own exercises and join in. It doesn't matter if she sees you doing exercises or vice versa. The fact of the matter is you've become part of that community. You've become part of that moving machine. You've become a cog in that greater machine. All right. And if you guys are sitting, if people are not exercising and you're just talking, she's doing exercise and little one's running around and everything else, and everything is all good, and you guys are community. It is a community within a community. You don't have to be there to always wait for the negativity or for the bullshit, right? This is what part and parcel of having a channel is. This is part and parcel. I mean, I've seen channel ever since before I even went live. And even the unfortunate pleasure of actually being on other people's platforms, and pleasure, by the way, both ways. All right. One thing I learned is that, It's the people who come into that stream. It's the people who are part of the community. You are the one who make this community. People like me, Squid, or anyone else, we set up the platform because we want to be out there, right? I'm like, hi, I'm Spawn. Who are you? Oh, I'm Squid, right? That is what's missing now. On a lot of people's streams, it's all about the fucking negativity, the toxicity, the hate, the lies, and everything else. But I've only seen a few streamers or a few streamers where they interact with their community. But then again, on some occasions, there's a reason why they don't communicate until right at the end. Is because they get derailed, or they can get confused, or they, and I would love to see more people at Squid streams. I would love to see more people at my stream, but I don't want people coming here looking for fucking negativity. And if you don't like games, why are you here in the first place? Are you here because I know a lot of people met me through other sources, but at the end of the day, you know what my platform is. You know what Squid's platform is. But when it comes to actually being real, right? This is what you're going to find. You're going to find real people. You're going to find real opinions. Not this fucking made up bullshit or lies or deceptions or indirect threats. I've never ever threatened anyone, because at the end of the day, what's the point of threatening someone, right? When you can just sit there and go, "Do you know so and so is a fucking asshole? Do you know so and so's an asshole? Do you know that so and so's a bitch? You know so and so's a dickhead? You know so and so this? You know so and so that." Simple. It's as simple as that. This is why I like this community, because, I don't care if you're two-faced. I don't care if you come in this community just to, sit there and think that you're a fucking MI5 or MI6 or CIA spy and then go running back to daddy or mummy or whoever you go running back to. I don't care. What I do care about is the fact that you're sitting here and you're listening. That is fact. Squids last night. Awesome community. Fantastic. It was absolutely fantastic. And there's been times where I've had people here. Absolutely fantastic. Even today, you don't have to prove anything here. Just be yourself. And if you feel intimidated by other people, right, or you don't want to be dragged into something or attacked, then change your name. But just make sure you let me know, because like when someone comes in saying, "Hey, I'm Mr. Magoo," or "I'm Paint Chips," and I'm like, "Fucking yeet," and then I get a DM 2 minutes later going, "You fucking prick, you just kicked me out," and I went, "No, I didn't. Oh shit," you know what I mean? But be part of that community. Be part of that creator's stream. Now, it's not all about the drama and the negativity, because when all this is over and done with, when all this is over and done with, what are people going to have? Are they going to suck off each other? Are they going to, hold on to that coattail as much as they possibly can? Or are they going to be able to create their own content? Because the thing is, at some point, you have to be able, right, to produce the content, maybe live or videos. Because the thing is with me, once all this is over, I'm going back to my gaming, and I will do some live stream, but I'm also going to be doing other stuff like special effects, 3D shit, right? And I'm going to be doing videos, but I am going to be doing live streams. So that gives me more time to then interact, like with Squid or with DD Rattus or with other people. That means I can then spend more time with friends that I have met through all this. That's one benefit I have. One thing I have to thank Jeremy Hales for. And this is a shout out for Jeremy Hales. And this isn't me not kissing his ass. I want, being a subscriber and being a fan, I have to thank him for bringing this, for unfortunately being at the target of a level of stupidity that I've never experienced in my life before until now. Right? I want to thank him for actually bringing me together with the people I have met. Now, I'm not kissing your ass. I don't give a rat's ass if you like me or not. But one thing I do like is the positive influence that some people have done and gave me. I've made some really good friends in this. And that is what I'm walking away with. What can ever people say for themselves? What can they say for themselves? How many people, when all this court case and everything is done, the crampons are going to disappear back into that freaking hole they came from, or they're going to try someone else, or they're going to jump on another bandwagon. Swamp Lizard is going to, Swamp Lizard, he's already lost all the popularity that he's had. Everyone knows that he's a freaking idiot, right? No one is talking about Jabba the Hutt, aka Super Dave, anymore, right? Because he's irrelevant. There are so many people on both sides who are going to be irrelevant when all this is over and done with. Because they assume that people that come in their stream, because those people are yay sayers and whatever, right, that they're still going to be there when everything's done and over with. Well, watch this space, because I've been watching a couple of YouTubers over the last few years, because obviously, I subscribe to them because I'm a fan of them. And I've watched them just go and then disappear. And one of them hasn't even put any content up for, I think, about 8 months now, 9 months. It's not about just the content. It's about the interaction between human beings. That's one thing people seem to forget. That at the end of the day, there are human beings at the end of each signal. And I'm looking forward to cleaning house and basically enjoying my time with people I have met. And here's another thing. Here comes a bit of newsworthy broadcast. One of them even said, "What, are you going to come on camera then?" I went, "Yeah, probably." Oh, Spawntrooper coming on camera? Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, get your tissues ready. Now, yeah, but that's my choice. See what happens. See how I feel. I don't know. High text, by the way. So, and there you go. I mean, the biggest issue that I see right now, right, is that everything's repetitive. But I am going to talk about the crampons as much as I possibly can, because, the thing is, I think they need the attention, because, they're running, they've run dry. They have run dry. Every time they walk, you just hear this. That's all you hear. It's like air escaping. It's like, when you go into a garage and you hear that generator, that air compressor go like that. Yeah, that's basically it kicking out any vapor or water that's in there, because that's what they sound like. That's what they sound like. All right. It's a shame, but I am so glad that there are creators and platforms out there where you can go and you can see. I mean, yes, I go to other creators, if I get a chance to be on there. I definitely like Travis. I love the guy. I love him and his wife. I think they are fantastic, them two. He's got a really good sense of humor and a big heart, and that I respect. Madame Mayor Therese and Brett, yeah, I've got a lot of respect for them as well. I always have and always will do. Right. And then you got Deanna, but she doesn't do YouTube that much, not I've seen anyway. And it's nice. And also the Trading Post as well. I'm subscribed to them. And it's great to see see some videos of theirs come out. Tug and Megan, I go, and I've come to a point now, because I figured out that there are people who are moderators, believe it or not, in some people's streams, right, where I have been timed out by these moderators.
Not going to say their names, but I know for a fact I've been timed out, because there's one thing you can and can't do. Okay, is when someone is sitting on the outside and has been in and typed and suddenly gets timed out. Okay, yeah, you just put one and one together and you get two. Right, but I don't care. It doesn't bother me. That's why with certain streams now, I don't go in. I just sit on the outside and listen and pay attention. And I have a giggle and laugh, and I read the comments. And it actually, in a way, it's nice, because the thing is, I know a lot of people want to say hello to me in different streams, but I try to concentrate on what's being said and what's being wrote, because the thing is, sometimes you'll see stuff in comments that you're like going, oh, right, okay, I don't think anyone saw that one. But sometimes I just sit there and I just watch, and it's just one of those things. With expert, I go into expert, say hello and all that. Expert used to come in here, but that doesn't matter. But I'll still go and show my respect, because I've got respect for the guy. He has a lot on his plate, but he's a funny guy. And Shizzy as well, right? I go into Shizzy, and this is why sometimes I stay out of people's streams and I just sit there and watch and have it. Shizzy made me laugh the other day. Oh, fuck yeah. I was literally crying of laughter, but but for me, it's about the truth, the honesty, right? And facts. And I've always stuck to that. I've always said that, and it's always going to be said. And I don't give a shit when people don't believe anything or any. I don't care. I don't have to explain myself to nobody. The only person I need to explain myself to, right, is God. That's the day I kick the bucket, right? And if I observe something, I will say it as it is. And then there's a lot of people who don't like that. They don't like the fact that I say it as it is. If I think you're a dickhead, then I will call you a dickhead. As simple as that. And I will say this one more time. I don't care if you're male or female or other. I will treat you equally. Maybe that's probably why people like me, because I say it as it is. It is what it is. I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything for anybody. And there's a lot of people out there who can't handle that for one reason or the other. But I am glad that Squid put out that Pacer thing last night. And that's another thing. Someone actually approached me about Pacer, and they were going, well, this is why I asked Squid last night. I said, how many pages altogether have been, because like you can then find out if someone is being honest, because like I think if I can remember correctly, I said about between 7,000 and 10,000 pages to Squid last night. Not sure. And I don't want Squid to go and pay, because it costs money. Yeah. But we do know how many motions have been done and everything else. That's probably why the judge got pissed off a month ago or so, right? But the fact that things are rolling, and they're rolling in the direction that the anti-what the hell's ecosystem don't like. Now Bruce is really stuck. Now he has a problem, because now he's not entitled, and it's been denied that he won't get his legal fees or any other type of fee. He now needs to worry about where the money's going to come from for him to pay for his sanction, considering that he was at a fucking concert the other night. Was it the other night? Or sometime this week, with his little beloved Armenian bride there. And, and like, she acted like a bitch a while back, but hey, they both done wrong. They both should deserve the same thing. But the fact that like they can go out and play like nothing's happened. The fact what that guy done over the last year and a half to the Hales and everything else deserves everything the judge throws at him. And I really do hope that he loses his license. And by the sounds of it, I think he is. And you know what?
People then can go back until when I first post, and they'll say, and then you'll see that I called it from day one that he will lose his license at the end of this. He will not have a license to practice law at the end of this. Go and look. Yeah, so, yeah. But what I want you to do, I want you to go and check out Squid Boko. I want you to go and, it's not just about this case. She does other stuff as well. She sits on a platform and berates me when I'm there. I mean, we all know that. We saw that, witnessed that last night, didn't we? Yeah. I'm a coffee boy. I'm a PR. I'm a personal assistant. I don't even get paid for it, and I got to sleep in a doghouse as well. Yeah. Some people are very, and unfortunately, look. Let me just make this absolutely clear. And that goes for Squid and everyone else as well. The mentality today, I'm telling you right now, the pandemic, the pandemic caused a disconnect. With some people, it was de-evolution. With other people, it was just an absolute coming to the fucking brakes stop. And it has caused a disconnect between people's ability to communicate properly. And when you turn around to someone, you say to them, no, or what, right? Unless you're speaking like some sort of like cartoon character and with a tone that, it's absolutely ridiculous. But the pandemic definitely has caused something, and it's not just over there in America, it's over here in Europe, here in the UK, and it's happened everywhere. All right. Now, could it be, because humanity, people are not used to being locked together in the same box for 24 hours? Don't forget, before the pandemic, people spent probably 7, maximum 8 hours together, right? And that's including sleep. Well, I would say you'd spend 12 to 16 hours away, and the rest you would spend together. And then out of that time you're spending together, probably 3 or 4 hours would probably be awake, and the rest would be asleep. Right? And then it's back to the normal thing. So you would not be spending that much time together during the week. When the pandemic kicked in, suddenly you're there 24 hours and everyone's climbing up the wall. Right? People start arguing. If you go and do a statistical check on divorces and DV, domestic violence, and everything else, right, you'll see an increase. You will see, Juliet, you're giving the guy a compliment by calling him that. Right, you'll see an increase. Yeah, I had one, Lisa. I've had one, and unfortunately for her, right, I asked her. I said, "Is there anyone listening to this conversation?" And she went, "Yes, it's being recorded." I said, "No. I'm talking about a human being, someone like you, but different." And what do you mean with that? I said, "Well, not you, but someone else listening." She went, I went, "Go and get your supervisor." I said, I need you to do is listen." So I repeated everything I said, and in the end, her supervisor then took over, and she was absolute the freaking opposite. Right? She was friendly, respectful, understanding, communicative, and she said, "Let's deal with this problem." And it took 5 minutes to deal with an issue I was on the phone for 45 minutes. This day and age, you say boo to a goose, you're either in prison, you're getting arrested for, like you said, boo to a goose on Facebook, or people throw a wobbly. That's the problem. And unfortunately, I am not going to beat around the bush. So if you don't like an upfront, straightforward, upfront response, send me a memo. Just send a memo. Send me an internal memo. I may get it. I may not. I may read it, I may not. Oh, I've been massaged. So here's a bit of advice. And this goes for everyone. Take a fucking long look in the mirror before you try to judge other people. Because it doesn't matter how articulate you are, or how good at typing you are, or how good you can spell, or how good you can formalize a sentence, or how good you are at anything. Okay? Right? Because at the end of the day, an arsehole is an arsehole. No matter what you try to, right? Everyone puts on a facade. Everyone puts on a mask, right? You know, you get people who will go show themselves on camera. You got people who won't, right? But everyone puts on a facade. Not everyone. For some people who I know don't. What you see is what you get, and in some aspects, very scary. But I respect that. But when it comes to the crampons, when it comes to Lisa Lee Rabusi or Tori Jones or Robbie Kenzie or Richard Lufman, Bruce Matskin, Michael Folt, and all these people, there is a fucking disconnect between normality and reality, right? Because half of them live in a fantasy world. The fact that they've lied and they've been caught in their lie, and the fact that the biggest issue that I've got with them is that they don't realize they're fucked. They don't realize that it's done. No matter, and the problem is, the more they open their mouths and the more they talk, the worse they're making it for themselves. In a court case, people are going to lose emotion. They're going to win emotion. They're going to get the emotion. They're not going to get it. And we've witnessed that. Every time Bruce put emotion in, it got denied or it got thrown out. Okay? How many emotions has he put in and it got good? How many emotions did Randy put in and got done? The difference between lawyership, the difference between professionalism, the difference between an individual. Randy protects his client. Randy works for his client. Randy did everything that he needs to do, right, to ensure that his client gets the best protection and the best speaker or mouthpiece that he needs in a legal aspect. Deuce Boy was playing it like it was some sort of fucking game. But one thing I really, really do like, I am glad that when it came to the deposition with Jeremy Hells, that Jeremy Hells put in that deposition about the anti-what-the-hells ecosystem. I am glad that he did that, because that was there, right? Emotions in any shape or form, Star, right, need to be disconnected from your behavior, because emotions will always make you do the wrong thing. No matter who you are, no matter what you are. Right? Emotions will always make you do the wrong thing. That's why there's a saying, emotional outburst. Well, so-and-so was talking to so-and-so, and then suddenly so-and-so had an emotional outburst and walked away. When people have emotional outbursts, they can't control their actions. And emotional outbursts and not being able to control your actions can make a situation that's not bad at all, bad, really bad. And we've seen that over the few months. We've seen that for quite a few months. But there you go. There you go. And to be perfectly honest with you, like today's stream was me basically just showing you and that I've pimped it a little bit. So do you want, Squid, I'm not sure if you've seen it, but would you like to see everything that I've done to my stream? because obviously, you know, us talking about Streamlabs and stuff like that last night sort of gave me that inspiration. So I decided to do a little bit of pimping. It's not much. I changed the typing style, the wording and that. Yeah. So oh, hi Kirby. Right, okay, so basically, guys, I'm going to go mute, so I'm going to start from the beginning, but pay attention to everything, all right? So we're going to bypass this setup, and then we're going to go straight to the outro, and then basically I'll come back, and then, yeah, anyway. Right, you ready? Here we go. This is the beginning.
Spawntrooper riding in the night, heart of gold but ready to fight, standing tall, doing.
Warning: the following video contains strong language, which may be offensive to some viewers and or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only. Thank you for your attention.
Trooper, he don't beat round the bush, man. He just say what he do and he mean what he say, man. Laid back boots in a hillside breeze, sipping Dr. Pepper with his dragon at ease.
And there you go. And there you go. So, what do you think? Enjoyed? Good? Happy? I thought I'd change it up a little bit. Well, yeah, because you gave me an inspiration last night when you showed me that, and yes, I use Streamlabs for something else, but I thought, you know what? I need to change. So I need to change my whole thing, and the fact that yesterday we put up a vote. I played the 3 tunes. Big Dirt, you're a peasant, right? Stop acting like a drama queen, right? Just accept the fact, and just get back into your digger and just sit back, spark one up, drink your coffee, and know that I love you. Platonically, brother love, you know what I mean? Anyway, you calling me a peasant? Yes, I am. Unless you want to be called a humanoid, which is, don't know if that's, but there you go. So so there you go. I'm learning. Don't forget, it took me probably about 2-3 days to actually make a decent video. Well, somewhat decent video, and then start learning. Don't forget, I didn't do all this shit. I'm a quick learner, though.
yeah, there's a couple of things I still need to work on, but the only thing that's going to happen, it's just going to get better and better and better. And then once I actually pay for an actual account like Restream, then it's going to even get better because I will have more ability to use my own stuff or stuff that I've created with AI and stuff like that. So yeah, but see what happens. Anyway, guys, Squid, are you going live by any chance? Actual fact, where are you? And I just a big shout out to Eric. Okay, guys, if all right, we'll put these links up in a minute. All right, big shout out to JK and obviously DJ Rattus. They both have created some of the songs that you've heard on here. So a big shout out to them too. All right, a big shout out to Eric for coming here, even with considering the issue that I totally forgot to bring that up. Obviously, he's got some custody issues with his local people there, which is the way everything is. I've watched the videos, and I think it's just despicable the way that he's being treated, and they're trying to strong arm him. And also a big shout out to Missy Lady. For being here and pressing my buttons again and totally derailing me. But I love her because she's just jock. Someone has to love jocks, you see, because they just want to walk around with haggis bags and play really. So a big shout out to them. And then our beautiful, beautiful Squid Proquel. All right, who, is just absolutely fantastic. Yeah, she does fitness streams, and she also does streams on different court cases and stuff like that. And then we've got DJ Rattus. DJ Rattus is back in Australia safely, and funny enough, he is richly sitting on his balcony in Australia. I mean, those plants don't grow in frickin' America, and people still think he's behind the fucking Krispy Kremes in CD Keys or some shit like that. But, and I met two fantastic people through DJ, right? And that was Robert and Kasha. And they are the nicest people I've ever come across. I mean, I haven't spoken, I probably will one day get shouted at by Kasha because I'll be a bad influence on Robert. But this is what I mean about this community. This is what I mean about the community, right? That you meet fantastic people. Welcome to the jungle. Oh, don't get me kicking on that one. I mean, it's bad enough that I was listening to a song the other. Put your head on my shoulder, buddy, buddy, baby, doobie doobie lady, body doobie doobie doo. I've got that tune in my head now. Baby. Sorry, I got to do this. I don't give a shit anymore. Put your head on my shoulder. Hold me in your arms, baby. Squeeze me so high, blow me, that you love me too. Yeah. Put your lips next to mine, dear. Won't you kiss me once, baby? Just a kiss goodnight, maybe. You and I will fall in love. I'm not even looking at chat. I'm enjoying this. Fuck it. People say
that loves a game you just can't wait. If there's a way, you'll find it someday. And then this full roll rushing. Here we go, all together now. 3, 2, your head on my shoulders, whisper in my ear, baby, words I want to hear. Tell me that you love me too. Put your head on my shoulders, whisper in my ear, baby, words I want to hear, baby, put your head on my shoulder. Get in there. God, I love that tune. Right, I'm back with you. I'm sorry. I do apologize, but I just, when I get, Juliet, why are you down on the police station? Juliet, before you go, Juliet, let me know before you go to the police station. Juliet, before you go to the police station, are you still here? Please respond. Oh, pardon me. Juliet, remember, if you go down a police station, you are not represented by legal counsel, or you are there on your own. You are illegally entitled to take someone in there with you. And if they are, if they caution you, right, you have the right to remain silent. So don't say anything, no matter what they say. If you are not happy with answering that question, then make the statement, I have no comment. All right? That's all you say. And if you were acting in self-defense, just state exactly what happened and what you did to defend yourself, and that at the time that you were in fear of your safety, and that you had to use your legal right to use a preemptive strike to protect yourself, if that's what's happened. Anyway, so I'm sorry about the singing, but I can't believe you said Star, the cat is howling. How? Wow. I can't believe you called me a howling cat. That's just freaking in the heart. If you do with me, baby. Oh, right. Okay. Well, freedom of speech, freedom of freedom of articulation under Article 14 of the Human Rights Act. You see, yeah. I got that tune in my head. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to be singing it to the wife tonight, just so you know. Baby, I can't believe Star. I can't believe you. That I don't know if I should feel an alley cat. Oh God! Now you're both. I'm going to remember that. I will remember that. Don't you worry. I'll remember that. No, I'll remember that. Star and SMN. Oh, okay. You see, Star and SMN, take a page out of Big Dirt. Right? He turned it into a sarcastic joke. Right? Take it, you fucker. I can't sing. I've never stated that I can. I've never ever stated that I can sing. I mean, I never joined a choir or anything else, so sorry. But anyway, guys, pardon me. we're going to go right there. Nope. Yeah, we're going to go straight there. Okay, so we're going to slowly, right. And I've learned how to schedule now. So that means I will be scheduling, and obviously I need to let my pretty know to make sure that basically I will post in there. I put your head on my shoulder, oh, baby. Can't get the tune out of my head. Maybe if I have enough to be. Oh, okay. But right. Anyway, so the thing is, here's the thing. I can't sing, but I can go, like, keep your head on my shoulder. I can keep the actual beat the way it's sang, but I can't get the tone, if that makes sense. Keep your head on my shoulder. Yeah. So, right. Any question, guys? Come on. And Big Dirt, I hope you have a flat tire and don't have enough breath to blow it up. Not hose picker. Bloody hell, hose picker comes in shouting. Not low and slow enough for me. You know that, got to replay in a slow speed. Giggle. Wait, what? Not enough on my shoulder. What about backwards? Yes, I was, Gail. Yeah, I was. Yeah, I was doing it without music. Why? Right. We've come up to 2 hours, ladies and gentlemen, so you better start firing those questions because I'm going to call it a day. Baby. And guys, don't forget to hit that like button. Yeah. I came from a generation of singers and musicians. I'm tone deaf, went to piano lessons for years and still can't play. Maybe you should take up singing. Playing instruments doesn't help. Thank you, Gail. For some reason, that's like, some people can sing and they get the tempo wrong or they get the speed wrong or something like that. I can't sing, but I can remember the tones, the notes and everything. It's really weird. Yeah, but I never went to, when I was at school, never went to a choir or anything, which a lot of people do. It's a Celtic thing. It's like, you in schools you sing and stuff like that, singing classes and that. But yeah, anyway, if I start to sing, every dog in the town. Oh yeah, I mean, my cat's already put in a potential restraining order on me. That's for sure. She's looking at me right now, going, "You prick." So I can try to get. Richard Lady, you don't have to explain yourself, sweetheart. You just do you, sweetie. If you're not busy, then don't worry about it. Yes, Gail. I am now taking medication. Yeah, but the medication gives me headaches. And I've told them it's giving me headaches, and they said, "Well, just don't stop taking too many of them." I was like, "Aha, funny." No, I'm only joking. No, yeah. But thanks very much for asking. Appreciate that, girl. Me say, morning, afternoon, sweetie. Yeah. So yeah, ask away, guys. Tell the cat I'll sign her. Oh, Lisa, you absolute dragon. You know what? Fucking hell, that's an old, yeah, you bugger. Anyway, you're a rat bag. That's what you are. You're a rat bag. I deleted that message. Hey, I deleted. No, I always think you don't have to delete anything. You don't have to. You can delete it on YouTube, but the thing is, I'll still see it. You don't have to listen, host picker. Never. You don't have to. I can take your jabs. Don't worry. Yeah, I do feel better. I mean, I there's a lot of shit that I've got rid of over the last few weeks, and I'm quite happy about that. I don't have to, I'm not insecure, so I'm quite content. I've got a lovely queen who I adore. I've got 2 dogs now that you don't hear. Well, you do hear once in a while. That had for a while, but that's a different story. One of them is built like a brick shithouse. Jesus. And I've got a cat who seems to be the boss. So oh, okay, Missy Lady. I don't want any pictures or foot pics. Okay, so just so you know, I'm saying it publicly. No foot pictures. Okay. But if you've got right, one thing I am going to say this, guys, if you've got animals, pets, and the weather's getting warm, obviously summer's coming, right? Please make sure not to put ice cold water out. Put water out. Get one of those water fountains. Have one there. All right. If your cat has a habit, or your animal has a habit of going to certain places, put out multiple drinking areas, not food, just water, and make sure that you check them, right, every once in a while, right, because and make sure that there's an area where the dog can hit the shade. If it's in the garden, just make a little tent or something, all right, and have an area where there's a draft, and make sure you brush your animals as well. Get rid of that winter coat, all right. And same thing goes for you. Make sure that you hydrate, and if you a little bit of input on that one, make sure that you get fruit or bananas. Go to the pharmacist or go to a drugstore, and get yourself electrolytes. 1 sachet a day. Okay. Read the instructions on the back. It's just basically putting salts and everything else back in your body. And just make sure that you look after yourselves, right? If you are taking medication, or you're on inhalers or stuff like that, right, or you have allergies, make sure that you've got everything set up and everything ready. Morning, Mary. Make sure that you've got everything ready and everything set up, so you know where to go, you know where it is, so you don't have to panic. And if you're going out, make sure you set up, or you make up a small pack, a going out pack, so you've got it in your bag, or in your backpack, or in your pocket, or in the car, right? And if you have to use inhalers, make sure you've got them with you at all times. Double check if you have to, right? Just make sure you look after yourselves, guys, and hydrate, all right? But don't take a minimum of 2 liters, okay? That's 2 liters is 1 pint, all right? Actually, a little bit more than that, about 1.5 pints, actually. But anyway, all right? But make sure you look after yourself, all right? Eat healthily as well, and dress accordingly. And if need be, take your little backpack out with you with warm clothes on, just in case it turns cold and that. Oh yeah, and at some point, if you do have any type of crampons, all right, make sure that you neuter them or spay them. We don't want any. I mean, I've got a picture where it says this condom could have avoided this post, but I'm not going to put that up. Right. Start, you take care, my darling. Big hugs. Be good. Look after yourselves. And like I said, if you, even in the garden digging, make sure you're covered so you're not getting burnt, or make sure you cover your skin. Yeah. All right. But look after yourself. Guys, obviously no one's asking questions, so I'm going to make like the wind and blow. And again, keep smiling. Remember, all right, people's opinions are like farts. Sometimes you like smelling your own, sometimes you don't.
Right? Simple. And if people are talking shit, then all you have to do is very politely walk up to them and say, do you have a tissue? And they go, what do you mean tissue? What do I need a tissue for? So, well, here's a tissue. When am I going to use that? So after you've taken your face for a shit, you've got something to wipe your mouth. So there you go. And just let them go beyond, go on yonder and, you know. Okay. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, right, I'm going to love you and leave you. I wish you all well. And you probably might see me on Squids in a bit. Maybe not too long, but a little bit. And just take care of yourselves, right? And look forward to the next pre-scheduled stream. And also, I've changed a few things in the description as well. Oh, I love that picture. Oh my fucking God, I love that picture. That's my favorite right there. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Oh yes. Yes. I like that one. Touch your head on my shoulder. I'm gonna quit the stream, baby. I'm gonna go now, and yes, I will, Big Dirt, and the same to you and all yours, mate, and loved ones and that. Everybody, take care. Again, thank you very much. Hit that like button, and remember, some people do have them. Some people do give birth to them. You just have to, yeah, you know. Enjoy.
Spawntrooper, he don't beat round the bush, man. He just say what he do and he mean what he say, man. Laid back boots in a hillside breeze, sipping Dr. Pepper with his dragon at ease. Loofah, he like many gifts of the loofah. Loofah, leaves him hanging in his barracks like a banner. He scrubs truth into the skin of the land with a daffodil smile and a calloused hand. Don't mess with the Englishman, I mean the Irishman. Wait, the Scottishman. Oh shit, I mean the Welshman. He'll give you a stare and a proverb too, then vanish on a mountain like the mist dew. He don't need no war, no heavy command, just a melody line and a sponge in hand. When Babylon's stress tries to ruin his calm, he just hums and he scrubs like a loofah bomb. Loofah, he's the hillside soother. Trooper, the trilpa mover. He sings what he means and he means what he says. Spawntrooper got the grime of the world washed away. Spawntrooper, he don't beat round, he just be round. Loofah man, cleaning the vibe of the whole damn land. Trooper, loofah man, cleaning the vibe